Hey everyone, it's your girl Nigel,
You already know.
and we're here again on another episode of the podcast on Dropping Gems 252. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about tower moments. And what are tower moments exactly? Tower moments are experiences that we go through on a daily basis that challenges us to basically confront our strengths and our weaknesses. You know, we all have the ability to do things and we also have limitations. But when we go through our tower moments, there comes a point where we have turning points in our lives where we must decide what we're going to do. Either we're going to grow and change, or we're going to stay the same and fail. So, tower moments are a life lesson and they're a blessing all at the same time.
Legitimate. And they come in all different forms. It's like personal setbacks, failures, major crises. Um, but they always teach you something, like valuable lessons, if you're aware and you pay attention and you take something from the moment. You don't react to it, you just respond to what's going on. And it makes you stronger, a little bit more resilient, and more confident.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to understand about tower moments is that they are not failures. They are basically a way to show you that they are just simply opportunities to learn more about yourself, learn more about, how to grow through these things. And, we face tower moments on a daily basis. And it is important to remember that we have to face these tower moments, whether we want to or not, because it helps us gain more power to overcome these obstacles that are placed in our lives, and so that we can emerge from these things and become more stronger and become a better person than our old version of ourselves. It is also basically, you basically want to learn more about yourself by surrounding yourself with people who are more supportive of you during those difficult times as well. It's like we must be willing to be more vulnerable and open to those around us, because as they too have problems, and it's also good that they may learn lessons by your experiences.
Legitimate, like, and they can invoke change in you, positive change. You know what I mean? They can make you reevaluate things, your priorities, your values, your goals. They can inspire you to take some risks, step outside your comfort zone, and pursue some new opportunities like that you may have ignored previously. You might not have paid too much attention to, or you was too scared to jump out there and try. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right. And in conclusion to those tower moments, it can be the most powerful life lesson that can shape us. Because one thing we know for sure, it turns us into the best version of ourselves. Because the more we fall, the more we get back up and we learn the way of how we fail, so we won't fall again on the same way. You know what I mean? I mean,
legitimate.
they can teach us about our strength, resilience, confidence, and they can help us become a better person in the long run. I mean, we become leaders and we become a teacher to those who need to learn from your mistakes as well. And it can help us become better friends, better family members. And so, we have to face these things. But at the end of the day, tower moments are here for our betterment, and we don't have to accept failure because of the fall. We can get back up and try again.
Yeah, I know y'all heard the saying, you fall down 9 times, get up 10, or however it may go. Every tower moment you have in your life, just take comfort in the knowledge that it leads you to great things.
Or like he said, tower moments can lead you to great things in life. One thing I've learned throughout my tower moments is I have to learn to be in the present moment and to be able to show gratitude for that moment, because without that tower moment I wouldn't know any better, because I had to learn from it before I can move on to the next level in my life. Tower moments are really a blessing in disguise if you really think about it. I mean, it may be uncomfortable in the beginning, but learning from it is the best way to get through it versus being mad about it and asking why this is happening, because the majority of the time it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So
And you have to be like aware. Be aware of yourself within the situation, and that way you can see it from a broader view, so to speak, and you can learn those life lessons. It could teach you something, and you can adapt to this whatever the situation is, and move forward.
yeah, because a lot of people go through tower moments and they get stuck and they feel bad and they get stagnant and they don't know how to move forward. But it's only because of the fear that it comes with. It's like, how did this happen? Why is this happening? I can't believe this is happening. And all these thoughts come through, and you're feeling confused. But you have to realize it's putting you in a position to sit and isolate yourself and take yourself out of the situation and observe it versus you know dwelling in it and condemning yourself for why this is happening, because everything happens for a reason. Sometimes rejection is protection, and maybe your car stopped because, for my instance, like my car stopped and I've been wondering why, but I know I asked for better things, and I had to learn how to be without also, so that I be so codependent on things, because I know a lot of things don't last forever. And so to speak, if you want things to change in your life, the old has to go and the new has to be able to come in. So if you want to have room for the new to come in, you also have to let go of the old. So,
Legitimate.
the tower moments have to be knocked out. The towers have to fall. So, you know,
And sometimes, a tower moment will come and it'll force you to sit still. But that stillness is where you need to take the time and reevaluate your role in everything. Certain decisions you may have made may have led up to that situation, and now that's the time you take course correct. Change direction. You look at your plan again. You know what I'm saying? Like, change up a few things, or you may need to change something and continue to move forward. That's so you don't get stuck
hmm
and become stagnant and complacent in whatever situation you may be in right at that moment.
yeah, because in order for you to be the best version of yourself, there's no way you can be stuck in the same place. You can't be, you can't grow from a small space that won't allow you to expand when when you're actually in a small box. It's just like, for instance, when you plant a plant, you plant it in a small pot. If you want that plant to grow big and large, you have to move that plant to a bigger pot.
Yeah.
So it's like the time moment could be for that one instance that you have to move from a place that you were comfortable in into a place that may feel uncomfortable during transition, but once you get to where you're supposed to be, it gets better over time. So, these tower moments will teach you a lot about transition and change. And change is not always bad. It may look bad, it may feel bad, but that's because you don't know what's on the other side of the door. And a lot of us
Facts.
fear the unknown. So
You feel what you don't understand.
exactly, but when you get there, you'll realize why everything happened, for you to learn, for that to be a lesson in your life. And once you get there, you may be a teacher to someone else who is going through the same experience. And just by you experiencing that and getting through it, you'll teach someone else around you, or someone that may be going through this, because you're never going through these tower moments alone. You're never the only one going through these things, but we all have different, nobody's going through the same exact thing, but we're going through a lot of similarities. Like, a lot of us have a lot of similarities in these tower moments.
Right.
So we just have to be able to push through and get through, and that's the most important part.
Legit. And touching back on that plant analogy that you said,
Mhm.
like moving it to a bigger pot so it could grow larger. That's just, the pot's just a representation of the limitations you may have put on yourself.
Yes.
And if you expand those limitations, expand, you know what I'm saying, or
Expand your
remove it,
horizon.
yeah,
Mhm.
or remove the limitations, there's no telling how far you can grow.
Yep, because it's mind over matter at the end of the day. When you change your mind, you change the matter. And it's like, it starts here first. And once you push through your mind and change your mindset about everything that's happening, things get better and you start to have a different outlook on life and you start to show gratitude. You start to be, grateful for the lesson instead of hurt about it, because yes, it comes with pain. It comes with it may come with tears. It may be uncomfortable, but how are we ever to experience joy and happiness without pain? So, it's about changing once again your mindset and your outlook on everything, and just recognizing that this is all a tower moment can be a blessing in disguise. Now, for those who may be going through or maybe making decisions based off their ego, tower moments come um, back to back, because you're not learning from your lessons. You're not learning the
That
lesson
part.
that needs to be learned. So when you constantly are going through turmoil and a bunch of things in your life that you want to know why, but it's only happening for you once again, because until you change your habits, your mindset, and everything about that, about your lifestyle, you're going to constantly go through a cycle that's going to keep you in a constant battle with yourself,
Yeah.
and you're only fighting against yourself at the end of the day.
And
And
you gotta try to, my bad. You gotta
no,
try to have a positive outlook and a positive mindset about things, because the negative things are gonna come. It's life. Like, everything has a duality to it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to experience the negative, but you need to have a positive outlook about it. If
facts.
that makes sense, like, and that way you start to see and learn the lessons that you need to learn, and have a better outcome. Once you come out of it, you'll be better for it.
hmm I'm telling you, you may fall down, and you done got a little dirty, but once you get back up and you recognize how that happened, you see that the cut is only there to teach you, and knowing that when you fall, you get hurt, you're still gonna get back up, and you're still gonna have to heal through these things. You're still gonna heal no matter what, and it does take time to recognize and allow the pain to set in so that you can work on it at the same time. It's like, I fail, I hurt myself, what can I do to not let that shit happen again? In a sense, it's like, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to tend to my wounds at the same time, and I'm going to get back up and keep going forward. So
And that's when you get up, dust yourself off, and look at the bigger picture. Like,
mhm.
evaluate yourself in the situation. Like, did I do something? Did I make
Who
any wrong decisions? Did I step wrong, what causes me to fail, to
mhm.
fall right here?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. It
Yeah.
just happened. But
Mhm.
remember, it was happening for you.
At the end
Maybe
of
it
the
was
day.
to pull the wool from over your eyes so you can see someone's true colors who you may be involved with.
Yeah, stop looking through those rose-colored glasses and stop falling for the illusion. And and pain will take you there where it's like you.
Experience the best teacher.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, tower moments, like we said, are a blessing in disguise and as a gift in a sense, because how are we ever going to learn anything without failing? And who's to say we're even failing to begin with? Because tower moments may feel like failing, but it's only a way to correct a version of you to become a better version of yourself.
That part.
It's why this happened, and move forward from that position so that I can work on the inner parts of myself so that I can heal the wounds that I have deep within, so that the same tower moments won't keep causing me to be stuck in a position. So take the tower moments as a win and not as a loss.
Yeah, it's called like enlightenment for a
Yeah.
reason because you have to look within, look inward. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which basically means face yourself. You know what I mean? In every situation, every day. And once you do that, you start to discover certain things about yourself, certain tendencies you may have, certain bad habits that you may have that leads up to things happening. Not I ain't gonna say to you, but just things happening. It might lead up to things happening because you're forced to evaluate yourself and your own role in that.
It just opens up another way to allow yourself to be vulnerable, accept that everyone goes through these things.
Right.
You're not the only one. Tower moments are a part of the life cycle. It's part of who we are and how we become who we are at the end of the day. There's not one person in this world that hasn't been through a tower moment that didn't learn from it, because I'm pretty sure we learn from friends, family, foes, anybody we assume that was a friend or family. Once you recognize who you start to change who you allow, or who and what you allow to come in your life. So, because I've had tower moments within friendships, and I didn't recognize that I didn't have any boundaries with certain people. So I had allowed a lot of things to happen for me, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't recognize that I didn't have any boundaries. So once the tower moment fell, where friendship turned and friendship betrayal came in, it was because I had to see the bigger picture. I was only looking at it, ignoring the red flags about things, but also me being unaware of it as well. So once I became aware, once the tower moments come, that's when, I took it as, like I said, a lesson, and I learned from it. And, as I'm looking at this book right now where it says "Win or Die: Lessons for Life" from the Game of Thrones, and right now that's basically letting me know, like, that life is a game sometimes, and you got to figure out which player are you in, So you got to play your cards right, and if you don't play them right, you're gonna feel like you're losing. And I decided to play my cards right. So,
Legit.
and I'm just grateful for all my tower moments.
And like I used to have before I was aware of what was going on. Like I would go through certain things, and instead of having the right mindset about it and learning from it, I would honestly feel like or convince myself that it was supposed to happen to me because I'm like built for it. I'm supposed, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a
Yeah, you had a tough exterior because you felt like, society make you feel like like certain things are supposed to happen because of how you were raised or how it
yeah
was taught. But a lot of us have to unlearn to relearn about ourselves.
facts, and it's just that was my way of coping with what I was
Yes.
going through. I
Mhm.
would convince myself, oh, well, I'm built for it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It couldn't happen to anybody else. You know what I mean? I was still in the mindset that it was happening to me and not for me. But I
Yeah.
just to deal, I would tell myself I'm built for this. It don't
Mhm.
even matter. Like I'm built for it. Let it all, you know what I'm saying? Let it all
And it's
come.
funny you
But I
say
wasn't
this.
learning the lessons I needed to learn or
Right.
setting the boundaries I needed to set.
Mhm.
But I had to
You,
change my
you
mindset.
you never know that you even have to set them, because boundaries come with, standing up for yourself, and you find yourself realizing that you let a lot of people or things or places or just things like overtake your peace, or overstep the things you really wanted but never actually projected or put out there that this is what you want, because you were allowing the things to just go, because like you said, oh, I'm built for it, I could take it, I could deal with it. but we cope with it. But once it all comes to an end, and you find yourself alone, and you be like, damn, I'm actually allowing people to steal my peace, all because I chose not to speak my truth, or I chose to let a person be that person, whether they're good for me or not. And sometimes you just got to recognize that and actually cut those cords.
Yeah.
And
You got to confront those people, confront those situations, confront
yeah,
yourself.
and that could cause tower moments altogether, because it's a reflection on both of your parts. It's like I have to reflect on my actions and what I allowed, and they have to reflect on knowing that they manipulated a situation that they thought they would always have. Or imagine someone right now. You're like, you see, I'm not saying that it's right, but for example, you can have someone right now who has a certain wound, like abandonment issues. And because they're not recognizing that they have these issues, they're going to hold on to a person as long as they can, even if it doesn't make them feel at peace, because they're afraid to be alone. And that causes more problems for you than it does for them, because they're only there to reap the benefits. And until you recognize it and you set boundaries, they're going to keep taking. And sometimes that person is there to do their part so that you can, until you've actually had enough, you're going to awaken. You're going to go through a tower moment that's going to be really extreme, to the point where you're like, it had to get to this point where, so that I could recognize, the bigger picture of what was really going on. And by you recognizing it, it's like, dang, I only allowed this because I never acknowledged, or I never wanted to look at that side of me. And only because this event happened that I'm forced to look at things. And the universe will come in, God's source, the higher power will come in and knock everything down, just so you can see what you need to see. And especially if you're trying to get somewhere in life. But
for real,
it's all about becoming aware, basically. Tower moments are lessons, they're blessings, and either you're going to win or lose, or you're going to change and grow, or stay the same and fail.
Be aware of yourself in every situation that you may come up in your life, that may come up in your life. Make sure you're aware of yourself and your own actions and decisions.
And make it worthwhile, because everybody's got a story to tell, and your story, you want to be inspiring and not spiraling out of control. So thank you guys once again for tuning in to our podcast, listening to us at Dropping Gems 252, and catch us again on the next one. And we hope you guys enjoyed this one as well.
Already be cool. How you be cool?
Seem like every night I pray for forgiveness. When I wake up, don't remember I'm living. Call me on Drewski, I'm standing on business. Nigga talk wet, he gon' sleep with the fishes. These little bitches ain't peeping my interest. Showing they ass on the ground for attention. Can't get it jumping, these niggas be flinching. Give them a mile and these niggas be inching. Can't crack a smile, they be like, why so serious? Run it up fast cause the niggas so fierce. All them dark nights had to wipe away them tears. Couldn't face myself, started facing my fears. God told me be patient, I put up a chair. He said first lesson, life ain't fair. These niggas ain't me, man, they cannot compare. These niggas is common and bitch, I'm too real.
I am the cream of the crop, the shit when it drop, the coke in the pot, the adrenaline shot when the cops hit the spot, the op on the block, the clip in the Glock, like it or not, the one at the top. I'm living this shit till I rot. I'm giving it all that I got. I'm whipping this shit till it rock, pumping this shit till it pop. Get savage and cold when I jot. Thankful you give me a slot. Want me on the song, it's a dinner date. I treat the shit like a new buffet, catching my side like a new bouquet. All of you rappers charcuterie. I need blood in the sport like the Kumite. Was new to say, give a fuck about the shit you accumulate. Who did you screw today? Or how many drugs you take? The money you threw away on cars and clothes and jewelry. I just wanna say, if you got some respect for the craft, bet I fuck with hip hop till she say that she threw with me. me, still I'ma be right on her ass, outside in the yard throwing rocks at the glass.
Ain't throwing rocks at the glass. I'ma come through, put that Glock on her ass. I fuck the world, now I'm doubling back. If I fall off, bitch, I'm bubbling back. Keep me a match just to cover the mess. Keep 3 accountants to cover the cash. Only wear Picos to cover the mat. I know these niggas won't cover the swag. You niggas better go budget your bag. Bullet spray over your body like at. My shooter stay on your head like a hat. Pillow talking niggas cover the fat. Keep it 100, they lower than rats. Look in my closet, it look like a rat. Sipping this lean, I don't know how to act. I don't know how to act.
Yeah. Y'all better make some room, better not make a move. Might just make the news, play them games you lose. Move how gangsters move, these hoes pick and choose. I ain't make the rules, no I ain't make the rules. Yeah. Ain't going for nothing, I'm thugging for real. Hustle for mine, live and die by the flip. Dodging the L's, trying to catch me an M. Play with my money, you know what it is. Stay in your lane or get found in your whip. Too many shots, I extended the clip. Talking too wet, hope a nigga don't slip. Yeah. I see the plot as it thickens. When you up, they want your spotted position. Keep a Glock and a knot in your mittens. Remember, pray for forgiveness. Probably starve if you wait for permission. Bet at large if you taking a risk. Stand on your charge, you get caught on a mission. But don't you get caught in my kitchen. I'm cooking up. You ain't shook enough.